Call of Duty Ghosts, a good game released at the wrong time with the wrong color grading. Call of Duty Ghosts, I know, it's a very divisive game, some people love it, some people hate it. In regards to the multiplayer, I think Call of Duty Ghosts tried to find the magic that Modern Warfare 2 originally found several years before, and Black Ops 1 found shortly after that. When it came to details and interactability, honestly, Call of Duty Ghosts nailed it. And the fact that COD Ghosts had to be built for, 6 different platforms, the Wii U, the 360 and PS3, the Xbox One, PS4, and PC, the fact that it got made for all of those platforms and still ended up as good as it was, and was like far more playable than Battlefield 4 was when Battlefield 4 came out and they were the competing games at the time, honestly, this is pretty impressive. So because you guys care about my opinion so much, I thought I would share with you guys the 5 multiplayer maps that I want to see return in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Let's get the one I'm gonna get booed for out of the way first. This is Stormfront. If you've never played on it, you might not have missed much, but I personally really enjoyed this map. Out of all of the large, complicated, dare I say, campy maps in Call of Duty Ghosts, this one is my favorite. I had to choose between Whiteout, Siege, and Stonehaven. And this is what won. This map is a little bit bloated with some unnecessary areas, which I wouldn't mind if they were removed, but what I've always loved about this map is it's a sniper's paradise that creates very fun flanking routes for rushers. Both buildings on either side of the main road give you plenty of opportunities for close quarters, fast-paced engagements, and mostly it just involves taking campers off guard. I have so many fond memories of watching the main road, sniping, rushing snipers from behind, taking really ballsy pushes right down the middle of the map. And yeah, you can play this map like an a-hole, but that's what happens when your maps have variety. People get to, have a varied approach, and not everyone plays it the same way. I know I'm gonna get booed for this, but I just think it'd be a lot of fun. Also, if they could make the elevator gimmick actually work and have it go up the entire front of the building instead of just up this little area, that would be really cool. Call of Duty Ghosts was full of sort of underwhelming gimmicks, and I think Modern Warfare could improve on that with a working elevator that actually makes sense. But like with almost every one of these maps, I really want to see this map in the Modern Warfare engine just because of how beautiful they could make it look. Call of Duty Ghosts, while should be praised for its graphics, really shouldn't be praised for its art style. The color grading in here is terrible, and no matter what I try to do to fix it, it'll always look a little off. But in this video here, I've tried to fix it, let me know what you think. The next map on the list is Overlord, and this is a map I would love to see in Modern Warfare because Modern Warfare doesn't have a lot of maps like this. This is a big 3-lane map with lots of flank routes, plus a giant building in the middle which is really fun to fight over with 2 giant opening and closing garage doors. And yes, I know, opening and closing doors just facilitates camping, right? I don't know about that. But I do know that this building was always fun to fight over for me in Call of Duty Ghosts. I always enjoyed battling inside this building. I just enjoyed it. I don't know why. I just did. There was something about keeping the garage door closed and then watching the other smaller entryways or jumping in through the window and flanking everybody inside of it. It was a fun map, and I think it would play really, really well with Modern Warfare's movement system. Also, if Modern Warfare could not fuck up visibility, it would be a really great map for sniping and long-range engagements while everybody's having close-quarter clusterfuck matches in the middle building. So yeah. I think some people would be upset about how many doors they could add on this map, but I think that adds to the charm because that was the whole point of this map, was to lock down the middle building and not flip spawns. So the team who holds the building gets to have the fun. And so yeah, contesting that building is, in my opinion, fun to do. So having a bunch of opening and closing doors is interesting. If you get upset about a door being closed, then flashbang it or frag grenade it, C4 it, RPG it open, and then barge in. These kind of maps suck when you're playing solo, but in my opinion, when you're playing with friends, these types of maps are amazing. When you and your friends can coordinate and hold down the middle power position, it's so much fun. And yeah, holding down power positions is what we old school Call of Duty players are now being called campers for doing. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love that this is now going to be considered a safe space, whereas back in my day, it was a heavily contested power position. You fucking kids give me a headache. God, the people that only play Shoot House and Shipment in Modern Warfare are gonna tell me to drink piss for even recommending any of these maps. The next map we would all love to see come back, yeah, you see it on screen, you're excited, Fog. Fog was the best Call of Duty DLC map I've ever paid for. This is chocked full of horror movie Easter eggs. The aesthetic is fantastic. The lighting is superb. In case you guys didn't know, I don't know if you knew this, but Call of Duty Ghosts has HDR lighting just hardwired into its engine. So this is before consoles were doing HDR and we were getting, 4K HDR displays, but this game utilizes a form of high dynamic range in its lighting, and you can tell. Years later, you can tell. It's just that the game has that washed out high gamma filter over it that makes it kind of gross. Let me fix it. Let's see how well I fixed it. Let me know if you guys like this better or you like the original better. But here's my proposal for a redo of Fog. Keep it the exact same way that it was, complete with this cool breachable area down here. The exact same way. But make it a night map. And then put extra light sources around. And no, I don't want any night vision on this map. I mean, yeah, for the NVG mode it could have night vision, but when it just shows up in standard, nobody gets night vision. The map would be terrifying. And I think they should bring back the Michael Myers killstreak. I feel stupid, I didn't get gameplay of the Michael Myers killstreak. I should have played against bots and actually shown off what that was. But you could play as Michael Myers in a Call of Duty game's multiplayer. Fucking hell yeah. So on top of that incredibly gimmicky gimmick, the map itself played pretty damn well. It had a vulnerable yet useful to hold power position in the form of, the main building, lots of flank routes, cool areas to watch and snipe from, but really it was an AR SMG player's paradise. This map is perfect to me. It's not completely symmetrical, but it's not so chaotic that you can't really get your bearings. Make it darker. Honestly, even if they don't just do their full night take on it, just make it darker. The problem with this map is that with the way they have the gamma set in this game, the way the brightness is in this game, it's too easy to see everything. It looks washed out. Darken this up. And you might think, well, people will hide in corners and I'll die. Who gives a shit? Not every map needs to be the most competitively viable. This is the spooky map. Let it be spooky. I would genuinely love to see this map in a terrifying new light. With a photorealistic engine, new lighting, better color grading, it just would look so damn good in 4K as well. So please guys, if there's any map we can agree on, this should be it. Maybe you don't like my idea of it being too dark, but I love that idea. So at least release a night variant of it. Have like a sort of dusk version and like a nighttime version. I think that would be sweet. Iced piss. Alright, so I get a little excited talking about that map. Let's move on to this next one. Alright, Bayview. I love Bayview. A really great, balanced, symmetrical map that's well lit. What's not to like about it? This one is clean as hell. And yes, this is another one where I just sort of want to see this in a beautiful, again, photorealistic engine like Modern Warfare has. I would love to see it remade. I would just marvel at it if they could make it look better, because the original here looks good in my opinion. I love the way this map looks, and I really enjoyed the way that it played. And its gimmick was fun and actually affected gameplay. It was such a simple little thing. It's this little trolley you're watching me ride on right now. It's so simple, but it actually affects gameplay because people will actually take it up as a power position and use it as cover. And that's really weird, and I love that it's weird, and I think it should obviously return in the Modern Warfare version if it ever comes in. The idea of getting Fog excites me because I'm into horror movies and I like it. But when it comes to this map, I just like the way it plays and looks. It's one of those rare maps where I just love its aesthetic and the way it plays. I mean, it's like Raid in Black Ops 2 is the other map I can think of, or Terminal in Modern Warfare 2. I love its aesthetic, and I love playing on it. Two things that don't always match up. Now with this map, I feel like they could go maybe a little overboard with too many doorways, because this game already has a really cool gimmick where a lot of the doorways have these motion detectors, these metal detectors that beep when you walk through them, unless you either break it or crouch through it. So you will alert people to your presence just by running through these things unless you shoot them a couple times first, knife them, or crouch through them, and I think that's really cool. I loved playing Search and Destroy on this map because of that. Because there was that element of, oh, I can't run through that building without shooting these or knifing these first, but that'll also make noise, so I have to go around, or I need to like throw a frag grenade in and blow those up and then come back around to the building later. It was a cool idea. So hopefully they don't ruin that with doors. Maybe just every frame that has the metal detectors, leave that there, and then the frames that don't have metal detectors, then you can put doors there, I guess, if you really feel like it. But really, the flow of this map is pretty much flawless. It's just that, okay guys, when it comes to doors, most of the time, in especially hectic maps, once a door is open, I never really see it get closed again. I don't see people closing doors and then also like winning because they close the door. I feel like that's a bit of an overreaction. I've never seen that. I've never been like, oh my god, that door's there, fuck, you know, I've never had that type of, no. But yeah, this is a simple, pretty map with a fun gimmick, and actually two fun gimmicks, the metal detectors and the trolley. So hopefully you guys would also like to see this map return. Also, you can kill fish. Fuck fish. Last on the list, you guys saw it coming, Warhawk. And oh my god, I love Warhawk so much. Warhawk was my favorite map in Call of Duty Ghosts. This is where my friends and I settled our beef. This is the map that I won my first S&D game on. I clutched up 1v4 in a game battle, and I still can't get that image out of my head of just when I threw my headset off. I love that map so much. It's so balanced, it played so well. It could be a camper's paradise or a rusher's paradise. It has so many nice secluded lanes for pushing and aggressive play, and so many great lines of sight for sniping. This is what I want a 3-lane map to be. Now, I couldn't stand a Call of Duty where every map is built like this, or more than half of them are, but Warhawk would have such a great place in Modern Warfare. That's right, mounting doors and all. It would just work. I mean, yeah, this map was annoying when you fought against a good team of bush Wookiees with their IEDs and bullshit, but you know what? You could make it work, and it was fun to make it work. Just as long as the AI still calls out, they're held up inside the hardware store, then I'll have the perfect Call of Duty Ghosts-esque experience. Now, you might be saying, boom, they've already remade this in Infinite Warfare, but yeah, there's a damn good reason. It's a good map. Everyone shits on Ghosts, but Ghosts had some great ideas, some great concepts, some great story moments, a great concept for a horde mode, and some good maps. And Warhawk's a good map. It's got verticality, it's got lanes, it's got sight lines, it's got flank routes, it's fun. It's simplistic, but deceptively so. There's a lot of little areas that you can utilize, and I really hope that if they add the map, they still add on the breachable door, or at least a destructible door that goes into the hardware store, because I thought that was a cool concept, opening up a line of sight that you can get to and look down one of the main roadways without having to expose your whole body. My only problem is that I wonder if this map worked because both Call of Duty Ghosts and Infinite Warfare didn't really have a lethal tactical spam meta, and Modern Warfare kind of does. I wonder if these buildings would be a little bit insufferable with all of the RPG C4 double frag spam I see. I don't know. But in Infinite Warfare, you were moving too fast to care, and in Call of Duty Ghosts, the launchers sucked absolute tits. So that sounds like a good thing. Sucks absolute butt. Some of you also find that to be a good thing. Never mind. It sucked. Whatever it was, it sucked. It sucked like a broken vacuum cleaner. So not very well. It didn't even suck properly. So, or it could suck. What am I saying? Alright, whatever that fucking thing was. Look, I want Warhawk. I want Bayview. I want Fog. I want Overlord. And I want Stormfront. These were hard choices. I love Whiteout. I love Stonehaven. I even love Strike Zone. I love most of Call of Duty Ghosts maps. And yes, sort of because of nostalgia, but also because they are sandboxy. They reek of Modern Warfare 2. And speaking of Modern Warfare 2 and 3 and other Call of Duty games, if you guys want me to make a list of maps from Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, original COD 4, maps I would like to see brought into Modern Warfare, please let me know. Please let me know in the comment section below. My nose is a little bit stuffed up because of allergies. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below if you want to see that. This video's gone on way too long. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.